I have always valued winning as my number one priority when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! To me, that is the entire point of playing any game. Of course, there are secondary reasons, such as fun, camaraderie, competition, and friendship, but in the end, I want to be the best that I can be at whatever I'm doing, and winning is the best way to measure that aim. When it comes to deck building, since our primary purpose is to win, we have to make our choices align with that goal. A win is a win. Whatever gets you across that finish line is all that matters. It doesn't have to be fancy, and many times it won't be. You have to set aside attachments and biases of playing your favorite cards, or ideas about winning through total domination. Many high-level matches are won with very little card advantage and sometimes with close to zero life points. And even though I have a fetish for Dark Magician of Chaos and other high-power cards, I have yet to figure out a way to make it consistent enough to justify playing in a competition. I'm not saying to avoid being creative or trying new things out, but when it comes time to compete, you have to eliminate all the noise, cut the nonsense, and go with the cards and strategy that you think gives you the highest probability of winning the event. Since many matches come down to the wire, small edges make all the difference. It's super important that every card choice is as efficient as possible. It's why cards like Upstart Goblin and Jar of Greed have slowly proven themselves to be successful choices. They help reduce the friction in your deck, getting you to key pieces of your strategy at a higher frequency, increasing the probability you will have the answer to counter whatever your opponent throws at you. For example, in my Chaos Turbo deck I played at Grand Prix Fort Worth, I opted for a single copy of Night Assailant, which seems to have been a controversial decision by the GOAT format community. I am not saying this is definitively the way to go, but what I am saying is the reason I made this decision is because often I found that I only needed the single copy to achieve the purpose of having a discard option for a Raigeki Break or for getting back a Magician of Faith, and often having the second copy didn't really do anything significant for me. Sure, occasionally you can get off a cool card destruction play or infinite loop 2 Night Assailants, but often just having the one to go off is enough to pull you ahead significantly, and the other copy starts to create redundancies, meaning you are already winning, and the extra copy could be better served as a different card that will help you deal with a different situation. I decided to use a defensive card in its place, Apprentice Magician, because early game, being able to have a way to search for Magician of Faith can be a powerful, game-winning option in its own right, allowing you to cycle Apodic Reed, Graceful Charity, or Delinquent Duo. It also allows you to fend off a pesky Blade Knight without risking your effect being negated. Being able to bait out a Nobleman of Crossout without risking your Magician of Faith is also a pretty great benefit as well. What I found is having a second Night Assailant raises the power ceiling of your deck, but it is often unnecessary for securing a win. My goal is not to be fancy, I just want to win. It's like shaving off a bit of power from a finely tuned car, to give it a bit extra maneuverability for safely taking more dynamic turns, cutting some power for a bit more flexibility. So what are the key takeaways we can gather from this video? 1. When making card choices, choose the cards that perform best given your strategy, or given the expected metagame. If this means cutting a card that you are especially fond of, make the cut. 2. Matches against strong players often come down to small edges, meaning any inefficiencies in your deck will often be the difference between winning a match and making it to the top cut, or losing out on the bubble yet again. 3. Try to suss out if a power play is actually aiding you in winning, or if it is just creating a redundancy, and could be better served as a different choice. You don't need to look cool when you win, you just need to win. In conclusion, if your goal is to win as much as possible in a competition, how you win is less important than if you win. Winning with 50 life points remaining is better than losing with a 5-card advantage with a bunch of pretty, yet useless cards in hand. Thank you for your time and attention. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Both of these actions encourage me to make more videos like this for you. Until next time, peace.